All right, so this is John O'Connor from the Behind the Barricade podcast, and I am with
Alan Day from 4 Years Strong.
Yes, what's going on, Alan?
Not much, just hanging around. Warped Tour.
It's Warped Tour again.
The
So,
same.
yeah. So, what number of years is this for you for Warped?
This is fourth. I've done
Wow.
it every other year since 2008.
Jeez, that's insane. Believe it or not, you actually played my college. You played University of New Haven in Connecticut.
Oh, great. Yeah, I remember that. That wasn't with Ludacris, was it?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was the most strangest thing
Yeah.
I've ever seen. But don't you love those strange college tours? You're like, yeah, so I'm performing with Ludacris tonight.
Yeah, it was great. I have a T-shirt with Ludacris and 4 Years Strong on it. It's great.
Oh yeah, awesome. So you've been Warped Tour veterans. Do you see a bunch of new bands that you've never seen before out here on the tour already?
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of bands that I've never seen before. But more importantly, there's some really good bands that I have seen before that are great.
Oh, which ones?
Like Saves the Day, one of my
Of
favorite
course,
bands
Chris
of all
Conley's
time.
legend around these
Every
parts.
Time I Die,
Of course.
The Story So Far.
Yep.
There's a lot of good stuff.
So do you see any of old 4 Year Strong in one of them, like the passion, the drive, the desire?
Definitely Story So Far, because they're like kind of a young band right now, but they're doing really well. And they came up from the same kind of stuff that we did. We were hanging out with them a bunch yesterday, and they were telling us about how they used to drive around listening to 4 Years Strong CDs in their car, and but we are a band because of bands like Saves the Day and Every Time I Die. So it's kind of cool how it goes full circle like that on this tour.
Yeah. So for, let's say, the random 16-year-old girl who listens to Justin Bieber, how would you describe your band?
Oh God, I don't know.
Yes. So it's a little rough question, but
Yeah, it's like pop punk, but we try to be kind of heavy and fast and stupid. Yeah, like that.
all right, awesome. What else? Any plans after the Warped Tour?
We're playing a festival in Canada. That's kind of the only solid plan we have right now.
Is that the one with Blink and Motley Crue?
No,
that's another one.
I wish. No, this one's actually with Every Time I Die.
Oh wow, awesome.
Yeah,
So
it's called Koi Fest. It's
Koi
in
Fest.
Kitchener.
where's that?
It's near Toronto.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
just a nice 11-hour drive from here.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, if you want
I
to
don't think
make
it's
it up
that
there.
bad. I think it's like, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean you do have to go up through upstate New York for that. But
Yeah.
new record coming out.
Yep, new record coming out July 22nd. It's called Go Down in History. It's on Pure Noise Records, and it's pretty badass, I think.
All right.
It's one of my favorite things we've written for sure.
Yes. I mean, is it like a return to the original stuff? Is it more like Just Drive? I love that song from the last
Oh,
album.
thanks.
Yeah.
It's actually, we kind of put ourselves, like, if we were to put a record out in between Enemy of the World and in some way, shape, or form, it would be this.
Wow.
So it's has elements of older 4 Years Strong that I think people really liked. But also we kind of incorporated the songwriting style that we really felt like we really got the hang of writing the last record, because we kind of wrote the songs differently on that last record in some way, shape, or form than we had written any other songs in the past. In the past, we always wrote all the music first and just wanted it to be the coolest song to play live.
Yeah.
And for kids to go nuts to. That's how we wrote all the songs. And on this last record, we kind of just learned a different way of writing, and we wrote a lot in the studio, and we're really working on the songwriting itself and making it a great song from beginning to end, and melodies, and we were kind of writing everything together, and the lyrics and the melodies and the music. And honestly, as a songwriter, it was amazing. It was so much fun to be able to kind of work with a song and mold it differently than you would in our older style of writing.
Yeah.
So writing these new songs, we kind of wrote it like we did on the new record, but really incorporated a lot of the elements, like the guitar riffs, the heavy stuff, all that.
So was it an attempt to break into like mainstream rock maybe, or was it
Last
just
one?
the last one?
No, not at all. That's the misunderstanding. That's what people think we were doing, but that's not at all what we were doing. It was more so just trying a different way of writing songs and doing something that we felt like we really loved at the time, because I mean everyone, I'm sure, would say, hey, write your first record over and over and over because that's my favorite one. Well, you know what, I was like 16 when a lot of those songs were written.
Yeah.
So it's hard to put myself back into that place.
Yeah, it is difficult.
It's not impossible, but it's never going to sound exactly like that,
Exactly.
you know. And the place we were in our lives at that moment, that was the music that felt right to us. So people thought we sold out, major record label,
Heard that,
radio.
yeah.
It really wasn't anything like that. But I guess you can think that if you want.
Oh, I don't think that at all. I personally enjoyed it. You know.
I'm talking to the fans
Oh
here.
yes. Hey, assholes. Well, why don't you play the old stuff?
Yeah.
Jeez. It's not
You know what?
fast.
Now it's really not as bad. When it first came out, it was like no one wanted to hear it. Live, it was really weird. But now, after a couple of years,
It grew.
those are some of the best songs to play live, like Stuck in the Middle, and people come up and say, you know what, I loved your last record. I know everyone doesn't love it, but I fucking love it. And tons of people say that. It's one of those things with time.
Yeah.
I guess you can learn to appreciate it, because people think it doesn't sound like Four Year Strong, but if you really listen to it, it has so much Four Year
Oh, yeah.
Strong in it.
Absolutely.
Because it is Four Year Strong. It's the same people writing it, it's the same people playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last question. We'll wrap things up. I do a touring music, maybe like some tips here and there for upcoming bands.
Yeah.
For you guys, what can you tell fans of, I guess, you guys trying to start a band, trying to do things like you do? Any tips, anything?
I mean, the greatest tip I have is like, just go play music, because what I felt like really worked for us, granted we were in high school when we started, so it was really easy to do this. We played every show possible in our hometown and surrounding towns. We just played every weekend we were playing. We had to have our parents drive us to shows, borrow equipment from our friends, book shows with our friends at people's houses. It was just a matter of getting out there and playing and building a following in where you're from, and then just taking that other places and start doing it. Unfortunately, you probably can have a career just on the internet these days, but it's not the right career, I think. So you just got to get out there and just play fucking shows.
Perfect. All right. Awesome meeting you.
Hey,
good luck on the
meeting
rest
you
of the
too.
tour.
Thank you.